Okay, got my water. Ads have been run. Let's continue on with the road to hell. But first and foremost, we had our fun with Futo, but I still very much so do think I like Yomu the most. So I'm gonna stick back to her, which means we're going back to my Yomu colors. I honestly never did actually try out the DLC colors when it comes to it, but I might have to try that sometime. Because once again, at the time when the game came out, it's only Professor Cherno, and she was DLC only when it came to it then, of course, then. But we'll see. And then for my tower setup then. So, I have Yukari when it comes to it then. Yukari, Kaguya, Yuka, I feel like Marissa are like basically like no-goes, as in I am sticking to them 1000%. The other four are kind of there. I've been really high on Yamame because that constant damage is really nice overall. Seiya could be my summons, but I already have Kaguya on that side then. Utsuho was really good for helping on that end then. Then I'd just be really like, I have continuous tits on two sides when it comes to Danmaku. And then I have two Danmaku, two spells, two summons, and then basically two different ways to work things around, which I don't think is bad then. You know what? I don't really play around with Seiya too much, so let's keep doing that then. I have Utsuho in my back pocket as always then, but we'll see how it goes. So, let's see here. Damage Spring increases damage. If I fall into the lava, I just straight up die. That makes me think. Does the tower die with me? Nope, it'll just kind of carry on. So let's figure this out. Rock blockers. Can I destroy these guys? Not exactly. Key doesn't do much when it comes to it, so I can destroy you with rods, but otherwise, it seems that we are on a very confined map overall. These fences can be dealt with in a way or so, but otherwise, we do not have much leverage room to work with here. Seems like it's just, okay, it's 2 defense points overall then, so we need to figure out how to hold things over. A very bad Yuka map, but we could be a very good Kaguya map in this case then. With these lanes though, Marissa is absolutely still queen, it feels like. But a Yamame wouldn't necessarily be bad to just be poisoning these fairies along the way. But, you know me, ladies and gentlemen. So we still have 800 power left over afterwards then, which is wonderful. I could just have a Kaguya or two just spawning rabbits in the back and just having them go on the lanes. Now, okay, I'm seeing a problem there. There's no way for me to dictate exactly which lane these rabbits will go onto then. Granted, unless you have flying enemies, I could just have like 1 or 2 Kaguyas like this, and then the rabbits aren't running that correct way. We might need to pivot this strategy then. That might be 2 towers out of the way then, to where I'm just relying on Seiya and then maybe a Yugo. Let's start with my lovely level 5 Marissa though. Here's my initial thought. I don't want to pick up the bomb yet. I don't know how I want to. What's my build path, I suppose then. Because I want to pre-plan and get boys and girls out. Because I think absolutely I'm just going to be carrying around a Marissa when it comes to it to start. And honestly, getting like a Yamame leveled up all the way too won't hurt. And we can just kind of start with that and just see how it goes then. Alright, start it up. And you know the drill. Is this a boring playthrough if I just only use Marissa first? I mean, it's intended out of the game. I will admit, it kind of takes it out, but it's not that I'm relying on Marissa all the way through now when it comes to it. The calculus does change since I only, like, see, just me through the early ways, and then I actually have to pivot my strategy then at that point. Like, at least while it's just the one lane of where enemies are going through, I will abuse it. So I think I'm justified in it. What else am I supposed to do right now? Well, I could be doing literally anything else in this case, quite frankly. So it is a bad faith argument to say that. Alright. Run back. We have a few Ghost Fairies and Parse to deal with in this case then. I do think it would be actually good for me to... Wait, hello? Oh! Is that how it works? I can move the rots around as actual pickups and change around how I'll have my tower set up. Okay. You know, that makes a lot more sense on how this map's supposed to be dictated around in that case then. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Parses. Gotcha. I played this game a while back. You have to remember people now. But it has been a good little bit. So I just have to refigure, okay? I just have to refigure. Okay, yeah, because those Parses are just gonna kill these Sagas. Right, the Saga summons when it comes to it then. But it's not like it's the biggest thing we're relying on. Fact is, it's not like we're worrying about the top half of the map yet. In which case, I'm also just gonna get Yukari or two. Well, speak of the devil in that case. Alright. Run real quick over here. Get this girl. T-Spies will take a moment to get around here, but I can just run back and forth. Grab this Marissa. And then just stand in a straight line. If I could, though, I'd like to move this rock off. I could probably put it in, like, this corner for the moment, then. Ooh, I really like this map gimmick. Really forcing you to have to pay attention to what spaces you have on the map and control it from that point on. For now, these Yamame's are wonderful. And if it's just gonna keep being one lane, like enemies coming in from one lane, I can actually just kind of pilot this without any problems. Okay. They are getting a little bit more powerful on this end. So I will need to run around. Kisume. That could actually be a problem then, because I don't have good anti-air when it comes to it. I'm gonna have to rely on my Yuko, but then otherwise, besides my one Yamame here, I don't have a way to holistically deal with that then, yeah. So I need to get a Yukari down here otherwise then, because I can't provide anti-air coverage. Okay, this Yamame's got it. Never mind. We are in the clear. But instead it's just Broodmother clearing. I have to remember that I can shoot myself too. Alright. We have some Odins. Hello. And then Kisume's as well. So move this Yukari down, because I'm absolutely going quality over quantity with these right now. Rin. A pet cat yokai that resides in the Palace of Earthly Spirits. You will have snatching away dead bodies with her little cart, known as carting. 3 damage. She's fast. She summons ghosts when it comes to it then. Can absolutely be a problem. I can't walk on that side. And she's... Oh, crap! We got her out, boys! Souls. Unstoppable, detonate after death. Hatred, jealousy, remorse, anger. These souls were filled with these strong resentments and makes them very ferocious. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, let me just stab you a few times when it comes to it. I will upgrade the Seija just a little bit. And then I don't think I necessarily have to put out any immediate fires. Yeah, is the keyword. Okay, Jasume's done with. So run this Yutari up here, please. Shoot. I need this Yamame up here to be able to deal with these broodlings, basically, in essence. Do I have any other towers down here? No. I'm going to absolutely need some help with dealing with things here, so if I could get a Yutari, deal with the Odin spirits in this case then. Whatever they summon, and then I'll level her up immediately. Afterwards, Seija's there for extra support. But it seems like these broodlings are actually being taken care of not too badly, so Yamame helps deal. And then I can keep moving my focus priority then. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So again, using my quality over quantity. Tactically dying right there so I can actually teleport back. Hilariously enough. Easy idea. And then I want to move this Yutari back down so that way I can deal with these Parsees before they get any further along. That, and then, as usual, run the Marissa up. Run them up. Run them hands. To be fair, these guys are magic, they are resistant to magic, so quite frankly, I should just be shooting them myself. But it seems like we're fine, and actually that's a key too, so what would I want to use this key for? Probably a little bit more space down here then. But I need to run around and deal with the Rin in this case here. So immediately move this Yamame. If I could. Send early. But otherwise, I want this Marissa to be shooting. That Yamame's charging straight forwards. This could actually be a logistical problem if I don't deal with her fast. So I actually need to move these things back and forth. Okay, these guys are getting all worked down. That's not a problem. I need to move like a rock or so in this corner where I'm not necessarily going to be using it. That way I can deal with the Rins that come this way in case there's any problems. And I can also have like a Seija at the corner. Yamame gets to deal with these bozos. Bottom half of the map is going to be free for the meantime then. We can move this Yamame up. Tactically dies, so it can respawn in the middle. Move Yamame up. Push this down. Move this Yutari up if I can. I can go ahead and send the wave for that little bit of extra dash. Cleave a bit. Marissa does all the wonderful work in the world. This is another level for Yutari in a second as well. And actually move this Yutari up when it comes to it if we need. If we need, but it seems like we're actually going to be fine. Instead, just get this Yutari all the way up herself. She can now summon trains from the back, which can go the entire lane. This Marissa Cleave is actually pretty good too, so I don't even necessarily have to move her. I say necessarily. It's that, or if I find some space like down here, for instance. With this stone, I could actually get her on the very corner and have the Seija just be better insurance then. I can move her like right here. The Marissa can get a more straight line. I have to deal with the Jasumes. But if I run around, get Yamame, drop, perfect. It'll be done. Need to move this rock when it comes to it. Get another space open. I can hold. Move this Yukari over here. Probably swap the space where they are, like this. Level that Yukari all the way up, so then I have really good coverage down below. And then I can just kind of sprint around and deal however I need to. In fact, with this extra space, I could even move this rock over. I put Marissa in the wrong place then. Put Marissa right here. I can move this Yukari and Yamame up. Comes to it then. Then Marissa can keep helping down here if it's ever a problem. But it seems like we have a pretty good hold, quite frankly. Like a very good hold. Okay, next then. Move our Orden. Alright, remove Yamame. I'm gonna have to move Yukari over for the Rin problems. With the Kasumes, I think I can move my Marissa. I said I think I can move my Marissa. But I will want to have a way to wholeheartedly deal with more... No, I don't need a Marissa. I need another Yukari just for firepower when it comes to it overall. Because these Kasumes are dying so fast from the first Yukari, and then I just need to have a stable source of damage on the other Fawn overall. Then Marissa is my Flutz, as always, because he can just be my global source of damage wherever I need her to go. These ghosts are actually leaking. So we have a Yugi. One of the worthy kings of Oni. She wields a mysterious power known as Anomaly Straight, Distorted in Spirits. She does whatever she wants, yet she cares not about her friends. Giant, immune to disabling debuffs and instant kills. Interesting. I gotta see where she is so I can deal with her in this case then. Because this could absolutely be a problem. She is up there. I'm going to whack her multiple times with Rokanken. This has not done too much. I need to run Marissa up like right now. Die tactically so I can get up to the Yugi as soon as possible. And now we have to attend to all three ways at once. This has turned into a pretty difficult situation. I legit don't think we have to deal with the bottom half when it comes to it then. So it's really just gonna be me having to deal. Okay, that's just only 2 brood spiders over here though. So I think it's actually so free if it comes to it over here then. What I need to do is move this Yukari down to help out on the line. Have the Yukari. There. I have these lovely ladies helping out on this end. Yep, just keep shooting as fast as possible. If I could get a Yuyuko or 2 actually then to help out, I think that would be actually so wonderful. This key I can't really use for much at the moment, so just toss you up and away, I do think. And then just Marissa Gaming. Stand in a straight line, Marissa Gaming. Upgrade this Yuyuko, that way I have a little bit more of a burst against the Yugi or 2. And then it's just dealing with these ones over here, including these few brood mothers. But this should be a nice and easy cleanup in time. Those eggs could be a problem if it ever gets around to it. That's an if it ever gets around to it. Quite frankly, I'm not going to let that happen. This is what Yukari teleport you back and deal with you over time, ladies and gentlemen. And that should be this mission. A good bit of just putting out those small bits and pieces of fires, like I said. But overall, this has not been a bad one, I would have to say. I say that as some parsees are kind of leaking around here. But we're fine. Actually, we're fine now. Shoot. Okay. Yeah. Since nothing else on the top half here, and then I could even just walk you over here to finish things up, just about. I say just about. Potential problem. Wrong character, wrong character. That's not enough damage. Your content, do your work. Okay, we're good. Those Uchis have a lot of health, dude. Any more enemies? Okay, no, we're good. Actually good. Actually good. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, so Komachi is another character that I never really got to play around with in my own first playthrough of this game. So, first and foremost, training would be nice. Revive cooldown down for summon units wouldn't be bad too, but I think I'd like to have the cost go down. So, reset my stuff real quick, please. So I'm at 3 power, I did physical training. Let's stick with that. But Komachi. She is a blast tower, so she would be competing with Oku for her slot. Able to leave the point position and will not be affected by magic springs. The way that Komachi works when it comes to it is that, yes, she's a blast tower, but in essence, she's kind of like a summon in a way, rather. She uses her huge size to deal a large amount of AoE damage. She can also move freely from her post. So she does AoE, and she's an AoE summon in essence, even though she's blast. So rather than being the tower, she's just rather going to be walking on the field. Attached to our enemy's armor, and she has a chance to crit, because if you look at her stats comparatively, instead of having a damage number when it comes to it, just about, she has health values, kind of like the summon characters instead. She also has 3 physical armor, so she's very good at stalling out and being a physical force on the field. So Utsuo can just crowd control. Komachi gets to just live on the battlefield, quite literally so. I think what I'd like to do is... Well, Sage is really fun when it comes to it then, but I always have her competing with Kaguya, and I love Kaguya so much, as he gets to serve my anti-air. Quite frankly, I think the better idea might be... I already have Yuko for my slot here, though. It just depends on what I want out of it then, in this case. Komachi is a lot of single targets, so Yuko, but Gran is a lot more consistency, plus more summons, we love it, but with us being in the underworld, might not be as valuable. So let's stick with this loadout and see how we work with it. For now, let's continue on. Blazing Furnace. The fusion core at the center of former hell. It was rumbling and radiating extreme heat. The fairy women in hell noticed something strange as well. The archives of the palace of the early spirits want to trap and destroy us here. They sure had underestimated us. Well, I will go on with that, but first and foremost, let's do another challenge area just to show off Komachi's power. So let's do, like, the ravine, I suppose, then. So I want to continually get small stars when it comes to it. At the same time, too, I want to be slowly working through this. So let me showcase. There's Grey Wolves, Black Wolves. If we put Komachi down, she has a huge range, but she actually is basically, yeah, exactly so. That strange shows that she is a character, but she will leave her post and live exactly as a tower on the map for you to utilize exactly as you see fit, just about or so. I do think I want to do something like this when it comes to it, because I want these wolves to just slowly die around out. But yeah, Komachi will run around, actually cleave these enemies or so, and she can stop them when it comes to it at some points. But yeah, she's just going to be a living, moving, actual attacking tower overall. And trying to do what she can. These wolves are a bit fast, unfortunately, at the end of the day here, it seems. But I can just be involved just as much. Just as much as I said. I don't have any more AP. This is going to turn into a problem. Maybe this necessarily wasn't the map to do this on. But I want to show her off, though! I want to show her off! Alright, I guess we have to have Yukari. I say we have to have Yukari. We don't have a way to actually get through the physical armor then, so... Might have been the wrong people in that case then. But yeah, Komachi gets to walk around and get to do a little bit more in that case. But now, let's fit things around then. Control is done Maku in this case overall. it might be better to have Cherno in that case for all these wolves, so let's do that instead for now, and let's change our strategy. I chose the red door instead of the challenge mode. Or hard mode, as it's coded, rather. They have these wolves. Actually, it's only 90, but quite frankly, I think I absolutely will probably need... Let's do the Seija, actually. You can test, and then I do think it'll be good for, like, a Cherno, Yamame for the poison, and then just, honestly, tower quantity is going to be important early on, I feel. It's that, if I can upgrade Yamame, and then I just want to be able to stall a bit. I can help it. Because Net's point of action is absolutely get the Cherno up. And then these Seijas are absolutely what I want out of things here. Because the Seija tower is going to be very important to me here. They want to upgrade her. That way, with these infections, we can just start turning these guys to our side and really stall out these wolves. Which is perfect for what we'll need. Call early, make as much money as we potentially can. But I need to run this Seija over. That way the Yoshikas can help us out holistically. Put a Kaguya in the back just so I can have some Benuis. But otherwise, it's just Yoshika gaming with all these wolves. We did a bit of Yoshika gaming. Let's upgrade Yamame just a bit more then. But yeah, you're gonna get to see these, the power of the Yoshikas and Seija then. Because with each wolf that dies, I get to summon another one, and we can stall against these fast-ass bastards. Now, we are gonna have to fall back on the line here, because I'm not gonna be able to contest all of them here. This is, of course, gonna be our next eternal problem. These rabbits can do a little bit of work, but otherwise, I do think I'm gonna have to just have my defensive line fall. Fall just back in general. It's that, and really it's gonna be Cherno that's gonna be putting out the fires for us in this case then. If she can help it. Because it's that, and I would like to have 2 Seijas on the map. If I can help it. Because I want the Seija to be able to help out on forest fires. Because if I can just have so many Yoshikas spawning in, you can see that's 4 or 5 zombies, and I'm really getting to showcase their power. This was supposed to be a Komachi showcase, rather, but it's really the Yoshikas that are going to be the biggest advantage point as you're seeing here. Can I upgrade this Cherno, please? Yes, wonderful. White Wolves coming along. That can easily be dealt with when it comes to it then. I'll leave you all here. Otherwise, upgrade this Yamame so I'm not going back and forth. These rabbits are actually doing a lot of good work too, hilariously as well. Check on our Kaguya. And then offer a little bit of holistic support myself. Since it's just wolves coming from the one side, I can easily come back around. But I do think I want to upgrade this Cherno all the way up with this level 5 so we get this slowing zone. That is the next most important thing. That, move this Yamame next. I think I will go ahead and burn to get rid of this Taduro that I see incoming. That, I need these Yoshikas absolutely leveling up and moving in this case afterwards. I'm not going to be able to put out all these fires, unfortunately, here. But these Yoshikas are going to be the biggest, most crucial thing to stalling. Alright, that's as best as I could do for now. So next order of action is maneuver people, get these guys going, get the Yoshikas ready as best as I can when it comes to it then. Otherwise, I need to get Yukari. Level up a Cherno here, because my left side is objectively weaker than my right side. That, I cannot have Taduro leaking through when it comes to it. So I just have to deal with her. And then I don't have another field level 5 upgrade when it comes to it for this Cherno, but it is going to be so important for us. Let's move this Yutari back while we have a little bit of a break, if we can help it. Otherwise, Soling Zone Cherno, very important, because now we can just kind of stall on this little alcove. And then now I need to turn my attention back to this side of the ravine. Upgrade Yamame. Since enemies are necessarily coming around otherwise then. I can move this, quite frankly, a second Yoshika just to help contain Uits! Second Cherno, absolutely needed. This Yamame, I need to upgrade and just have her moving too. Contain. The Yoshika is for extra, and it seems like we dealt with it well. But yes, Aois is the more stable of the summoners when it comes to it or so. Yoshika can help you with weak targets or helping you bottleneck things, because if there's gonna be lots of death and everything like that or so, you've seen how much more of a true hold you can put on all of those parts of the map. It's wonderful. Alright,